solid favourite. Whopping TT up for grabs, and they're ready for the first leg. And they're racing. Enjoy the Game slow, and straight away Demuro has to get to work on him. Dragon Deep out pushing forward, but he won't have the pace to lead. Mr. Mark down near the rail and Electronic Gospel have got the most pace. Telecom Supremo racing quite handy, and White's got Sure Champ away well. He's going to settle just in behind the speed on the rail. Mizzen Grey from barrier 4, he can't get in. He's caught 3 deep as they work out of the stretch. Gold Tartini and Ever Spring. And then a gap to Dragon from High Speed Metro. Humongous. Enjoy the Game back second last. And Jung Sing with him at the tail end of the field. Mr. Mark has the lead, passing the 1200. A length on Telecom Supremo up racing second. Sure Champ is third. Electronic Gospel's fourth. And he's got Mizzen Grey annoying him to his outside 3 deep, no cover. Then Ever Spring as they work into the back at the 1000. A length to Gold Tartini. Moreira's got him settled well, just better than midfield from Dragon. And then High Speed Metro. Now Demuro starting to move on. Enjoy the Game, gives him a couple of tastes of the Persuader. Humongous back second last, and Jung Sing last. Mr. Mark at this point has been left alone. Telecom Supremo within 3 parts. Sure Champ, here's Enjoy the Game, moving around them quickly though. Mizzen Grey, Electronic Gospel, Ever Spring, Gold Tartini, Dragon. A couple back, High Speed Metro, Humongous and Jung Sing. So the race hots up. Well, it did for a while. Enjoy the Game almost got to the lead, and then they quickened, and now he's left flat-footed again. Telecom Supremo pressures Mr. Mark as they corner in. From Enjoy the Game, Electronic Gospel, Sure Champ, Ever Spring, the bolter in the race, is running a cheeky one. He's looking for a gap. It's Mr. Mark, Enjoy the Game, Sure Champ. It got very tight, and Dragon in the meantime wide out, sweeping on them. Sure Champ, Enjoy the Game, Dragon. They're the TT numbers. Enjoy the Game. Geez, a tough ride. You're never confident in the run, but he's done enough to scrape in over Sure Champ, and Dragon will run third. A gap back to, I'm not sure, fourth, Mr. Mark or Ever Spring, who was very unlucky, and then Electronic Gospel, Humongous, Telecom Supremo, Gold Tartini, Jung Sing, a long gap to Mizzen Grey, and one of the last to pull up, High Speed Metro. Well, Demuro must have wondered what he was on in that race, because he was back near the tail. He gave him a couple of hard cracks at the 800. He whizzed around them. As soon as he got near the lead, they sensed him coming. They quickened up. He got left flat-footed, but he just keeps up the gallop.
Yeah, that's been a big win again by the winner. Enjoy the Game. Outstanding ride by Mirko Demuro.
They don't do this here, Darren. This doesn't happen.
Well, I said that last week when he sat 3 wide. They don't do it. Yeah, to take off at
this source, Mirko Demuro, I thought once again he was going on the turn. He's made a run from it's had to be 800 metres out.
I think
maybe
he
before
got
that.
about at least 900.
Well, let's go through it. I mean, he was slow out of the gates as well. He was under the whip on numerous occasions after they'd jumped. Took off early, under the whip again. Looked like he was flat-footed, as Brett mentioned, and then he looked like he was gone, and then he came again. It was an extraordinary win and ride.
Well, he's a funny horse, isn't he? Because I'm telling you, last Wednesday when he turned for home, he looked like he was just going to drop right out. Helen's Choice just rounded him up in a few strides, and then he just dropped that horse. Came away to win by 2.
Well, we don't see too many win 3 wide, no cover. That's why he was well supported. He actually started a clear-cut favourite, so let's not forget that. He's been heavily punted. But I think if you were watching that, you would have been nervous on several occasions in the run.
No
doubt. And I just can't believe what I've seen.
Dragons run third tonight. A bit of a buster there for the triple trio at odds of 20 to 1. Yeah, but I can't help think if Electronic Gospel just went to the outsiders, seemed as though to be the natural case, it would have been running third for TT players. I mean, he's completely shut out and got going again to run fifth.
He drew 7 just to top things off. He's missed it a length or so, and now the field have got around him, and he doesn't have enough speed to do anything, so should just count the amount of times he's been getting reminders. I think it's already about 6. I wonder how many it was by the end of the race. But going forward, Mr. Mark, didn't look like they were going that quick, but 39.23.7. Telecom Soprano worked forward. And Karis Teat in the 1 out, 1 back on Electronic Gospels travelled like this throughout the race. So Sure Champ got a lovely position from gate 1. Douglas White never went round a horse Then we had Ever Spring. Gold Tartini stayed one off. Dragon moved into a 2-wide position. Wider was High Speed Metro. Look where the winner is. Second last. Pushed, shoved off. Didn't note any more reminders if he did get them. I think he gets a few more. Another slap down the shoulder for good measure. And he just can't keep up with them. But Mr. Mark just bowling along in front. The third section. They slowed it down here at 25.3, and that allowed him. Now Demuro, so that's the 800-metre mark back there. They've just passed. Another 3 or 4 there. Go on, get going. Another 3 or 4 there. I mean, another one. Keeps going. And he starts to peg back the ground in. He's not covering ground at the moment because he's out wide, but he's 3 wide, no cover around this bend. And Short Champ's getting a charmed run, leaders back with Mr. Mark. Now he can't keep up. The pace is increased by Zach Purton, and he's just looking for an effort from Mr. Mark, which wasn't there. Enjoy the Game almost looks gone. Going back to the inside, Short Champ. Out wide, Dragon keeps on. Now, why Karras Teat at the point of the turn hasn't come around Telecom Supremo, I'm not sure. There was a mile of room, and then it just turned into a nightmare. Short Champ kicks through, shifts out a little bit on Mr. Mark, who looked beaten. But Enjoy the Game. He wants to win. No one's seen more of the whip than him in that. You wouldn't see many horses that whip throughout the season as much as he was in that race. And he's got the job done by the barest of margins.
And they truckloaded him into favourite as well, paying $34.50. Enjoy the Game. QP $62.50, $157 and $274.